Alright, what is up? Welcome back to a video that has nothing to do with the things you see here. Pop out a little bit. This is just, this is a thing that happens to me sometimes. I was cleaning up part of my space here that I live in, that I reside in, and I saw a thing that I've held on to for whatever reason, and it just kind of made me angry. And I'll get to that. But typically when these things happen, I like to sit, take a moment, reflect, do some mindful breathing. I've been reading a lot of Thich Nhat Hanh's stuff. His book Sit is really good, or How to Sit. I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head. Really good mindfulness, breathing, kind of processing the things you feel. However, now that I have audience here, some people enjoy when I ramble endlessly about things that aren't important, and this is one that is, one, unimportant, and two, what is the word here? Semi-relevant in the frame of time. Okay, so basically I have all these film canisters, and I just have so many. One of them is this. This is Film Photography Projects Color Slide Film Retrochrome 400. Boy, when I tell you. Alright, so the deal with this film is that I was told, hey man, this is really good. And if I had $1 for every time I fell for that, I would have many more dollars to fall for it and to buy film that is really good. And okay, I don't know this for sure. I just have a very sneaking suspicion. As somebody who shoots a lot of old film inadvisably, I shot Retrochrome that expired in 1984. I shot that in like 2019, I think 2018, one of those years. So that should just be baseline. Like, I don't make wise decisions in terms of what I'm willing to try to, shoot and spend my money developing. And E6, which is the developing process for slide film, is expensive. I think it's about $6 more at Darkroom. It's a little bit more money at other places. It just depends. Color positive film is also much more susceptible to aging, to light, to heat, to any number of other factors, because there are so many layers, as opposed to color negative, where it's like kind of 3 to 4 layers, I believe. Black and white is bulletproof over the years. I made a whole video on expired film. I'll link it up there. This is old slide film. And now this is where we get speculative. So if somebody knows this for sure, please comment down below. I'll make a follow-up video correcting myself. But I'm pretty sure this is just recanned slide film that they got in bulk, because it was run as like a special promotion, limited time thing. And typically that means that they don't have, well, first of all, it's Film Photography Project. They do not have the means in which to produce their own film. What I think I know is that they just kind of recan film that they get. And I think that this is just recanned like old Retrochrome stock or something of that sort. But that's very speculative and could be considered inflammatory. However, the inflammatory thing was the price of this, because I spent, I think, for the 24 exposure roll a few years ago, 2021 I believe it was, because it was December. We'll circle back to that. This was, I think, like, I think it was $30 for 36 exposure, and I think this was like 28. And I was like, I can make 28, but 30 is just not it. So I got this, and whew, boy, let me tell you, hated it. Absolutely fucking hated it. And I have like the weirdest luck with slide film. I shot Provia 100F in Scotland when I was there for the first time, expired Provia, and it turned out beautifully, impeccable. Some of the favorite photos I've taken ever. I featured on my recent K1000 video. Great stuff. I shot Retrochrome, the new stuff. Dog water. There's like 2 or 3 shots that I'm like, sweet. But for $1 a frame, you know what, this, that, and the other. Not my favorite thing. This, oh boy. Okay. I get made fun of by a lot of my friends and my girlfriend because I bring mini cameras with me to places. I would like to have like a video camera. I'd like to have a film camera and a backup film camera at the very least. And that's because that's how I exist. That's the thing I do. I don't know what to tell you. It's a problem. I understand. I think it's just an exasperation of my hoarding issues where it's just like I got to have it all with me at all times. But this is an instance in which I am very glad that I had multiple cameras, because if I had just solely relied on this dog shit film, I would have been really bummed out. So, my very good friend, his name is Nathan. Today is his birthday, which is why this is kind of a relevant video, but also like not really. It's more of a complaining piece from like a few years ago. But anyway, it's his birthday today. We've been friends since like we were toddlers. Not that young, but I think like 7 or 8 or something like that. And our very first conversation we had was about Bionicles. So if that dates us, that dates us. But the point being is, we've been homies forever. And it's one of those beautiful kinds of friendships. Maybe you have one of these. I hope you do, because it's one of my favorites. Where it's just like, it's very low effort. Like we just get along. We always kind of have. And there's just been spans of time where like, he moved up and away for college. I was doing my thing, and we just like didn't talk. We'd send memes every now and again, shoot each other texts like, hey, how's it going? Whatever. Then he'd come back into town. I'd pick him up from the airport. We'd spend a couple days together, and it was just like nothing changed. And we went through a good bit of time where like we just weren't hanging out for a while. Like there's no reason for it ever. It's just kind of like life happens. And the great thing is that there's never like, I don't hit him up. He's like, hey man, like he's never like upset that I didn't talk to him. And I'm not upset when he doesn't talk to me. Like it's, just happens. Like it's a very it's a very set, solid friendship. One of my favorites, love him to death. Happy birthday, Nathan. But anyway, years ago, I was like, I want to hang out. I want to go outdoors because we were in scouts together. So like a big portion of that is outdoors, camping, hiking, this, that, and the other. But I was like, I don't want to go on a hike because a hike is just kind of like you're trying to get to a place and then you're trying to get back, and they're beautiful, especially some of them down in Phoenix area, Arizona area. There's some really good hikes. However, it was more like, I just want to go sit in nature. I was very stressed at the time. And again, we just hadn't caught up much. So we ended up finding a place to fish. And neither of us really enjoy fishing at all. Like it's just not our thing. We've done it a few times through scouts and stuff, but like never for any success. So we go to this place to go fish, and I cut together a little video. Unfortunately, I'm using copywritten music in it, so I'll have to post it as a reel. I'm sorry, so I will link that there. But it's one of my favorite videos I cut together because it was a fun time. We just got to sit in nature, eat some food, fish, and talk shit. It was great. However, I brought with me 3 cameras because I had this one shooting video. I had the, I think it was a Pentax MX with this dog water loaded, and I had my Mamiya C330 with Portra 160 VC, which is, I think, vivid color. And the pictures I took on this and that. And let me tell you, the Portra 160 VC, which expired, I believe, in 1999, that particular roll, is impeccable. Like, it is absolutely impeccable. The colors are bright. They're a little bit washed out, but it's not that bad. I shot it at box speed, and I gotta say, it was beautiful. This 400 ISO E6 processing, 35mm. I shot as it was recommended. And boy, oh boy, let me tell you, horrible photos, and I don't know what really happened to cause that. Had I not had multiple cameras with me, I would not have been able to capture any of that experience. And part of my whole philosophy in film photography is you create a more intuitive connection. The finite number of those adds greater value to the photos. So even if they don't turn out, you still have the experience of shooting them and you're a little bit more tied in. Yes, I agree with all of that. However, when it comes to something like this, slide film in particular, the idea is that I'm going to have a slide to this afterwards. So I can put it in a projector or something of that sort. And it's going to have like these vibrant, like punchy retro colors. Instead, I get this just blue maloo of baloney that I absolutely don't enjoy. And it really annoyed me, to be honest, and it frustrated me, because if I'm committing to spending this much money on, I get it, experimental film, part of it's on me. The onus is on me because I tried something new. And the other issue too is I saw other photos taken with this kind of film that turned out great. Asterisks, err with sides of caution. For certain film companies that are selling film, and maybe their quality control is not the highest. I think I've had certain issues in the past with things like Lomography Metropolis, where like from frame to frame to frame, it's different exposures each time. Even this one, like if I can find them, I'll put them up here, but this is the same house. And this is no color correction done. This is just the raw photo. And it's completely different looking. So, what is the deal? Anyway, I don't know. I don't get it. I just do this stuff. This is my speed. I have opinions on this stuff, and that's just what I'm merely willing to share for you. And if at any point my financial poor decisions help guide you from making the same, if you're like looking at this and thinking, oh, maybe I'll pick some of those Retrochrome up because it'll make my pictures look retro, then maybe you watch this video and you say, maybe I'll save my money. However you want to do it, more power to you. All I will say, I don't trust this. I don't really trust them anymore because of this, and it kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. Yeah, don't shoot slide film unless it's Provia. I love Provia, but thank you again for watching. Appreciate it as always. I'll catch you on the next one. Also, talk to your friends, shoot them a message, ask how they're doing, all that stuff. Send them memes too. That's how me and Nathan communicate, religiously. Memes always work. All right, that's all. I'll catch you on the next one.